Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today we're doing how to set up, play and review the party game Apples to Apples. As you can see, it's sold over 5 million copies. I've played other games like Cards Against Humanity. I know that this was the kind of precursor and why I wanted to get this game. As you can see, it lasts 15 to 30 minutes, and if you're watching this as a short on YouTube, head through to watch the full video. This is in 4K, and of course let me know the comments are best in YouTube. As you can see, there's so many decks of cards. There's 648 of these, 216 of these. I'm just going to show you some as an example. Okay, so this is going in the Family playlist, the AmassGames playlist, the How to Set Up, Play and Review playlist, amongst others. So I'm just going to leave this in shot for the time being. Again, keep checking back to see more stuff as well. So what's going to happen is, well, somebody is going to be the judge. And basically what's going to happen is you're trying to get a certain amount of points depending on other players, which I'll show an example. So grab a stack of cards, imagine this is all of them, remove one just so you don't know everything that's in the game. And what you're going to do is then you are then going to hand out a card to each person. Again, minimum players is 4, it plays up to 10. Let's just say we've got 4 cards in play there. Then what you're going to do is you're then also going to grab these cards and grab one of these as well. So everybody's got one of these cards. Someone is going to be the judge. Let's just say it's me. And then what you're going to do is, including the judge, they're going to get a card too. And then finally, they are going to pick a green apple card from top of the stack, read the word out loud, in this case, unhealthy. And there we go, we've got some other words that can represent too, risky, sickly, and dangerous. And what we're going to do is look through our cards and see which one we think is best. Now, if you are playing a player count of, say, 5 or more, to speed things up, it's basically going to be whoever's put in, say, 4 cards or 5 cards first, and say, you snooze, you lose because you weren't quick enough. That's known as the quick pick option. So imagine someone's got this. Well, again, that will be Brussels sprouts, girlfriends, my fridge, Ryanair, as an example. So in this case, everyone's going to have 7 cards each. So imagine these were in my hands. Well, let's say which one of these do I want to try and get the judge to pick for me? Unhealthy Brussels sprouts, because some people think they're healthy, but obviously no one necessarily likes them. Girlfriends, again, because I don't know, they spend all your money. My fridge, because maybe the judge's fridge is bad. Again, it could be open to interpretation. Or Ryanair, because maybe they're polluting. So you're going to pick one of them. Let's just go with Brussels sprouts for whatever reason, because they're sickly and risky, because they make you fast and stuff like that. So everyone's going to chuck in their card, okay? And then what's going to happen is you're going to mix them all up. And then they're going to read out the answers. And in this case, unhealthy Brussels sprouts compared to other ones. And then if you get picked for your card, then you get this as a point, okay? And then, like I said, we're going to talk about how the points work to say who is the winner at the end of the game. Then what's going to happen is you're going to collect all those cards up, discard them, and then that deck of cards is going to move the person to the left. And then you're going to continue. Again, you're going to follow these various steps until, again, the end is triggered, in which case, with 4 players, you need to win 8 of these cards to win. 5, 7, 6, 6. 7 players, you're going to win 5 cards. And 8 to 10 players, you're going to win 4. So let's talk about my rating and let's talk about some variations. My rating is a 7.899 out of 10. So way above average. I just find it's very enjoyable. It's nice to try and get these to work and obviously trying to outthink what that judge is. I generally don't like judge theory games, but in this case, obviously things are randomized and you can't pity vote. Some people might laugh at some answers, which means maybe it wasn't their card, but maybe it was. So that can work quite well. Again, if you want to play again, you shuffle them all up and you get to go again. Like there's so many cards, over 1,000, I think, in total, or very close to that. So in terms of tips, okay, don't worry if it's not a perfect fit. Okay, it could be the most creative, humorous, interesting response. You can obviously lobby and table talk, which is quite fun as well. That is encouraged. And you can comment on cards and try and convince them, oh, I think that's rather good. You can also play cards, again, as I said, to appeal to that judge to increase their chance of winning. It's what we call playing to the judge. And red apple cards that begin with my should be read, obviously, like I said, from the judge's perspective. So like I said about when I mentioned my fridge. Okay, like I said, let's talk about some of these variations. There's apple turnovers for change of taste. You basically have 5 of these cards each. And then you're turning over red apple cards. So I'd play that variation, that's cool. Also, quick pick for 4. So the group of 4 players, which I have played it most recently as a 4, you're going to play 1 or 2 red apple cards from their hands instead of normally 1 card. There's crab apples, so for a tart twist, you're going to choose and judge red apple cards that are the least like them. So obviously, you might want to say things like charging rhinos for, I know that card being dainty. So if you're playing 2 cards, charging and rhinos or something like that. And big apples, this is the third from last variation. For the confident types, there's a way to put your apples where your mouth is, 2 or more players boasting that the judge will pick their card can agree to each wager one of their green apple cards. If the judge selects one of their cards, then of course they can win. The penultimate one is apple potpourri. So for an unpredictable mix, each player selects a red apple from his or her hand before the judge turns over the green apple card. After the red card got played, the judge turns over a green apple card. As usual, the judge then selects the winning card. Don't like that one too much, as you can probably guess. Obviously a bit of unpredictability. And lastly, 2 for 1 apples. For real deal, the judge turns over 2 green apple cards to start the round. Each player selects the red apple card from his hand. That is best described by both green apple cards, and obviously after the judge selects the red apple card, both of the green apple cards are awarded for the winner. So that winner would obviously get that. So like I said, very interesting game. So like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Obviously, aside from that, head through to Instagram where you might find loads more pictures, such as obviously this game. Also, make sure you join the discussion over on Facebook, Threads. Also, support the channel via Patreon. There are occasionally competitions on Linktree, and they are time sensitive. They do disappear, but they do keep coming back. So for now, back to the table.